Oh yeah, look at this. I got this.
Meet.
Ether. I got this.
Hey folks, this is ioEther, and we're back playing some more World of Tanks. So as you can see, this is Ronick in his E-50M. This is obviously a tier 10 game on Profgorovka, or Fiery Salient as you may wish to call it. I'd rather call it Fiery Salient every time, but this is the non-burning side, so Profgorovka. And hopefully I can actually pronounce that, but I don't think I really can. So anyways, Ronick is platooned up with a couple of guys, so somewhere around here we have Ash in his GW Panther. GW Tiger, what did I say, Panther? And where did the other one go? Oh, there is Seth in his E5. So Ronick is going to give Ash a shove while they both get themselves over to their starting positions. Well, you know, and Ash is apparently trolling the team. Good to know. Okay, so before we actually get into gameplay, if you enjoy the video, please do leave a like. It really does help the channel out. And if you want to see the channel grow and whatnot, then send me your replays. And that way, when you share them with your friends, then everybody gets a little bit of something awesome. I get to watch more awesome replays, and you guys get to be YouTube famous a little bit. Sort of. Anyways. Into the game. As Ronick makes his way to his starting location, and you can see that he already has lights on the guys up on the hill, and that poor 13-9 is tracked in like the worst possible spot. So either he got himself tracked twice, or he decided not to use his repair kit. It's also possible the shot took hit both his engine and his tracks, and he repaired his engine and just let his tracks repair on his own, which is the worst when it actually happens to you. But it doesn't really matter. Either way, he took more damage than he wanted to take, and I'm not 100% certain why he was in that location. Now, unfortunately, we've already lost our sketch tank. Is that Lorraine? That is a no, Mr. Lorraine. No. Okay, well, okay. So he did actually manage to make it to the spotting bush. We're just going to, but he's still moving. Why is he still moving? Our Lorraine is committing suicide right about now as he is moving up to death. He managed to make it to like the awesome scouting bush, but then has decided to push forward, and now he's dead. Isn't that weird? Push forward into enemies you can't see and you die. Who would have thunk it, right? Anyway, so so far it seems very one-sided. Now, something to note. This is the damage needed for a high caliber medal. Now, it started off at 5,000, as that was 25,000 was the starting health pool of the enemy team. And now that he's done about 700 damage, he only needs 4,300 more for a high caliber. So that is a good target to aim for. But you know, it's 5,000 damage, so you know. It's not exactly like there's a walk in the park to get to. Looks like he's about to finish off the 50B. Good shot. Pulling up to make sure he can get around the building, so that if the 50B backed up at the last second, he would still be able to pull the shot off. And still putting fire into this E-50M. And as the poor E-50M is starting to realize he's in a bad location, he's falling back, but it's a little bit late for that. And he's only on 500 health by the time he actually gets pulled back. The unfortunate thing is we did lose the M103 up on the hill in the trade, and our IS-7 is the only thing holding that hill now. Now it's still an IS-7. Oh no, not you. No, we don't want to see you here. Go away. Unfortunately, it sounds like he's shooting gold into Seth. But, of course, it's still shooting it. Never mind. I was going to say he's still shooting an E5 in the front slash side, as Seth was pretty nicely angled there. So most of those shells actually bounced from the T-57. It's the rest of the team that came in and murdered Seth while he was desperately trying to fend off the 57. So the enemy 57 made a bold move, we'll put it that way. It's not a move that I would recommend, as it's kind of suicidal, but it definitely worked out probably the way he was hoping it would. In the fact that they killed Seth. I don't know if he thought he wanted to die, but you know, this early on in the game, when there's still this many tier 10s and whatnot, tanks remaining, then pulling that kind of move will get you dead. So, yeah, something to remember. Ooh, STI, unfortunately, not got the gun depression. These German tanks, most of them do not have the ability to aim down nearly as far as you would like them to. But that's okay, we're still putting in shots by aiming over the side of the tank and letting the ST-1 drive forward. Now, E3 is right behind him. E3 is going to be a lot tougher of a target. The E3 hasn't followed the ST-1 up as far, and so we're not going to get shots into his side. So it looks like Ronick is going to prioritize the M103 over the E3, yeah, which is probably the better choice, because you can remove that gun from the fight a lot easier than you can remove the E3's gun. Ooh, E100 looking the wrong way. We're going to put a blind shot in here. That probably connected and did damage, and even if it didn't, well, yeah. Was he on full health before? I can't remember. Doesn't matter, we'll see at the end when we look at the score. But that definitely connected and did damage, and this E100 is not going to last very long. Looks like he is either dead right now. Ooh, yeah. So that was about 500 damage we just did to him. Maybe 600 damage. So if we did over 1,000 damage to him, we know that first shell connected. And we'll check on that when we get to the score screen. No! Our first incoming damage! Ow! Wow, that low roll, only doing 380 of the needed 400. Oh, that's got sting right there. Now he did get enough damage acquired to check off the high caliber. Ooh, and we're still rolling. Ooh, an E1 in the open as we get a nice high roll at 460. And there we go, our T-57 is going to light him again, and we're going to be able to put another shot into him. As long as he's on this side of the railway tracks. Ooh, an E5. What's with these tanks sitting out in the open? Oh, E5's apparently in cover. Smart. Nope, not anymore. Rolls out of cover, gets shot by the E1 and Ronick, and the E1 is going to continually put fire into him. Ronick is desperately feathering the tank, hoping for a shot. Oh, you gotta kill me. And the low roll gives the kill away. 6 health left. 6 health. Wow. So if you don't know what I mean when I said feathering the tank, that's where you basically... I'm gonna stop right here. We're getting outline. There we go. So what it is when you feather a tank is you see this red outline. If I hit control, the red outline goes away. But anyways, so what you do is you move your mouse around the screen just a little bit, and it will show you where the edges of the tank are. So if you get this red outline, like Ronick is right now, if he was to pull the trigger right now, the shot would most likely hit, because more of his reticle is on the tank than not. But if the shell actually went where he aimed, he would miss. And most likely at this point in time, he would actually bounce a shell off the bottom, this part of the E1. But anyways, so if you feather a tank and you discover the only thing you can actually see of the enemy tank is the gun barrel, that's not worth shooting at. And so, but like that last shot for Ronick on the E75, he feathered the tank until he saw a good portion of the front drive wheel, enough that he could try and put a shell in. And when he did, connected. Unfortunately, low rolled it, but worked out pretty well. And he's gonna. Ooh, nice shot from the bat chat. I don't really think Ronick needed the help, but I'm sure he's grateful for it. And now we're back to this E-50M. Ooh, sorry, it's early in the morning. I'm trying to get this done before I go to work. So this E-50... Oh, okay. Well, that's the game then. It's gonna be like... Well, this E-50M might be able to put up a fight, because he could one-shot the 50. 215B... Yeah, he wasn't gonna live through that. But, that was still a great game. 5,000 experience with a triple experience weekend and a premium account. That was well worth it. First class master badge, fighter, spotter, fire effect, and bruiser. We also ended up with a Confederate, high caliber, and the tank sniper. This was no what's it called? Surprise. Unfortunately, just like a couple kills shy of that top gun, and that was a couple of different low rolls that were just like so there, but unfortunately not. So almost or over 7,500 damage over 4 kills. Ooh, right, the E-100. How many much damage? We put 800 damage into him. So no. That that first shell either bounced or missed. That's kind of saddening. Well, there we go. So, 24 shots fired and 23 direct hits. That one shell on the E-100 was the only thing that missed the target. Some didn't pen, but that's okay. And look at that spotting damage. In addition to doing 7,000 damage himself, he also assisted in 2,500. So that's like 10,000 damage that he was the cause of. That's pretty amazing. And he only blocked the one shell the entire game. But that's okay. Great game. Thank you so much, Ronick, for sending it in. And thank you for the damage done by everyone else on the... Oh. For some reason I thought that the rest of the platoon would be higher up on this board. They're not really. But still, 2,000 damage done in a GW Tiger is fairly amazing. Okay. That was a great game. Thank you all for watching. Have a great night. This ioEther out.